What's happening, everybody? This is Hayden Adams with A Designer Who Codes. In a previous video, created a simple landing page to download this how-to guide. Now, this how-to guide looks like this. It's a simple PDF with a JPEG, and it's just a one page, even though I did say 5 pages. I'm going to link that up in the description. If you're brand new to creating landing pages, I do advise you to watch that first. I'm also using ConvertKit because it's one of the most easiest tools to use to create this next step. Now that someone downloaded this downloadable PDF, what I want to do next is I want to create a way that I can email them automatically day after day after day. Now, just a heads up, I am using ConvertKit, and by default, it is free to use for up to 300 subscribers, or it goes up to 5. Actually, I think it's 1,000, where you hit the $1,000 for free. This next step is not a free product. So if you look at this, automated email sequence is grayed out in the pricing guideline, and it goes up to $49 for up to 3,000 subscribers. And I think if you hit 1,000, it's $29 for up to 1,000 subscribers. So do know that this is a paid tool. I do want to put that out there first and foremost. However, it'll email you, or I should say, it'll email your audience while you're sleeping. And that's the very best part about this whole entire thing. So here we go. I'm in ConvertKit and I built a landing page and form sign up. I'm going to come up to the word send. And what I want to do is I want to create an email sequence in order for those emails to be sent automatically. So what I'm going to do is come over to sequences, and I've got a couple different ones that I've used before for purchasing my Gatsby projects. I've got different ones, my Bootstrap sequence. As you can see, it tells you all about the ways, the click rate, the open rate, the unsubscribes, all of that. And I love the fact that I can really make it easily unsubscribable. For me, that really helps my audience go, you know what? I'm not into this. I'm out of here. This is an 8-day sequence with 4 emails. This is a 9-day sequence with 4 emails. It's really effective. So what I want to do is I'm going to create a new sequence. And in here, I'm going to call this one my test sequence. I'm going to say create sequence. Now, what I can do is I can create a series of emails. So I'm going to write a compelling subject. I'm going to say compelling subject. And in here, I can talk about basically, I can say this one's going to go right off the bat. So my thing is I'm going to say 0 days or immediately. So if I bought a product, think of this as like my thank you for buying X in this case. So this email goes out right away. I can then describe the email however I want down below. I'm going to say publish this email. Again, this is a sequence of emails, so I don't have to worry about it going out, of course, right away. I then want to add another email because I want them to follow up. I'm going to say, okay, email number 2. This is my next day. And I'll say, are you loving this product? So what I can create is a series of follow-up emails, either as a lead campaign, or if this is a new product like a software, I can then say, you know what, maybe I want someone extra help in an email. So I can create a next day email. I can keep going down the road and going down the road. And here's the coolest part. If this is, let's say, more of a business email, well, if someone buys it on Friday, I don't want them to get emailed on Saturday because if this is a business product, they're not in the office. So I can say send one email or send the email 1 day after last email, but you know what? Don't send this on Saturday or Sunday. So essentially only on weekdays. Or if it's a personal product, you can then say Saturday, Sunday. So if I say publish this one, there we go. I'll add one more just for the fun of it. And I'm going to say this one's, let's say, a week after it. So we'll say 1 day, we'll say 7 days. So essentially 7 days after the next day one, we'll say this is the 7-day email. And we'll say, are you really enjoying this? This product? So again, this is a great way to follow up with someone after a week. This is a more of an easy touch point to give someone to make it work. So I'm going to say publish. And now all these 3 emails have been ready to go and published. Now, how do we actually get this to work? Because by default, this is great. I have a sequence. However, I want to make this also work. So we're going to come over to the word automate, because again, think of this as doing this all while you're sleeping. Someone could sign up, buy anything, and essentially it gets automated automatically. I'm going to say automate. I'm going to say visual automations. So in here, I'm going to say new automation. And in here, you can choose anything you want. There is just tons and tons and tons and tons of all of these, including an abandoned cart automation. I mean, you can go super detailed. I just want to make it simple. All I wanted to do is, from my previous video, I had a landing page. And so essentially when they join using a form, in this case, my form is the temp landing page, I'm going to create an event. Now, if you have multiple products, you can create a tag whereby you can tag them as shoppers or buyers or thinkers or leads, whatever you want to call your tags. The world is your oyster. You can also create a custom field, or if they made a purchase somewhere. So for example, if I have this one connected both to Gumroad, Podia, and a thing called Commerce, well, I can say select something, and essentially when someone buys something, it'll also automate it. So it's really, really powerful. This is just one of my favorite tools to use in ConvertKit. So I'm going to say joins a form, and the form's going to be temp landing page. If you only have a few forms, we'll just say any form. Pretty cool that way. So I'm going to say add event. And what happens is that I'm going to click this little plus sign. So when someone lands or fills out the temp landing page, well, what's going to happen is I want them to go through the email sequence. So this email sequence, which one is it going to be? It's going to be my test sequence. Temp test, I should have probably named them all the same, but well, there you go. So what I'm going to do is I can add an action. So what's going to happen is I'm going to start the first one. It's going to run through this, the test sequence. And then at the very end, I can say something like add or remove tag, unsubscribe, move subscribe, or I can do whatever I want if I want to add something else in here. And if not, they're just going to hit the end of the automation. It's that simple to set up an automated email campaign right through ConvertKit.